PSC race. I am told that we have a live picture from Peter Hubbard's watch party. I believe he is at the podium speaking now. There, I think there it is. That's Charlie Bailey. He's the chairman of the Democratic Party of Georgia, apparently at the Hubbard event. Let's listen in for a moment here.
Voted for, we're proud to, that strips away $540 million from rural health care in Georgia. These same issues all come back to one thing, and that is that Republicans, when they get power, they may talk a big game about helping working people, but when they get power, they protect moneyed interests. And so Georgians, just like they did in this election next year, will they have the opportunity to say, you know what, we don't want to put up with that anymore as well.
What do you think that this says about, we've heard so much leading up to tonight, this is a referendum on what's going on in Washington. Do you think that has any play in local politics at all with the way people are feeling that affordability crunch?
Well, it does, because what they're doing in Washington, what Mike Collins and Buddy Carter are doing in Washington, is affecting people here. You know, just on the Affordable Care Act subsidies, you got 1.4 million Georgians that could have their premiums double because of the choices of Mike Collins and Buddy Carter. And so, you know, we've had hospitals, a labor and delivery unit at the hospital up in Livonia. It's closed now. You've got stresses. We've had 12 hospitals closed in the last 12 years. So what Republicans are doing in Washington is connected to what Republicans have done here for 22 years, is connected to the PSC. And that's because people like Burt Jones, who put on their designer jeans and traipse around Georgia and talk about caring about working folks, again, when they get power, they don't do anything about it. So it's having an effect on people's lives. And what they're understanding is that people like Donald Trump and Burt Jones and Mike Collins, they betrayed them. They told them they were going to look after them. What did Donald Trump say? We're going to lower the car note. We're going to lower the house note. We're going to lower inflation. And what has happened? Not only have they not lowered those things, but they have put these extra stressors all to reward billionaires with $1 million a year in a tax cut and funded by taking away their health care. So people, unfortunately, are feeling it. But what they need to remember, and what this night, what this election says, is that these voters, whether they're Democrats, Republicans, Independents, they're not spectators in the play. They're the actors in the play. They get to have a say in how this is going to go. And they get to determine whether we're going to have good people like Jon Ossoff reelected to the United States Senate, or people like Mike Collins and Buddy Carter.
I know Raul kind of already asked this, but what are you taking away from this victory into your 2026 strategy?
I mean, I think it's a lot of what I've been talking about, which is what people are dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Which the vast majority of Georgians, they get up every day and they're worried about, is my kid safe? How are they doing in school? If I get a hospital bill, can I pay it? Can I look at my kid in the eye, my grandkid, my niece and nephew, and say, with a straight face, they're going to have a little bit more opportunity than the life that I have. And Republican policies at the federal, state, PSC, even the local level, have made those things harder for Georgia families to achieve. And so what we are going to do is make sure we keep reminding Georgians of the consequences of Republican rule and tell them they don't have to put up with it. They can do something else. They can make a different choice. That's what they've done in this PSC election. And that's what we're going to do next year. We're going to re-elect Jon Ossoff to the United States Senate, somebody that actually gives a damn about working people. And we're going to win up and down the ballot to restore for the working people power in this state and take it away from the moneyed interests that the Republicans have been supporting.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you.